Tacoma Little Theatre gratefully acknowledges that we teach and perform on the traditional homelands of the Celt people where they make their home and speak the Lushootseed language. We honor elders both past and present. Welcome everybody, my name is Chris Service. I'm the Managing Artistic Director here at Tacoma Little Theatre, now entering its 105th season. And boy, do we feel it after we're doing the play that goes wrong because we're tired. We want to give one big round of applause to Tacoma Musical Playhouse and their production of Cabaret. Next Friday and run through October 8th, directed and musically directed by John Callagher with choreography by Christina Nafasi. You can get tickets at tmp.org. And then we want to say also, thank you for being here tonight. We are so honored to host the Heilman Awards this evening. It's great to see all of you come down here to Tacoma. We don't get to see all of you all the time, but we'd like to welcome you down here. Our production of The Play That Goes Wrong has just been extended to October 1st, so we hope that you will join us for that. There's more information on our website, TacomaLittleTheatre.com. I'm not going to talk much more because we're here for one purpose tonight, and that is to celebrate and recognize all of you who are here tonight. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Heilman and Matt Haber.
For the TMP cast of Cabaret. So as Chris said, we've got a night full of awards, but it's really not about the awards. It's about celebrating theater throughout the Puget Sound area. Kitsap County to Kings County and beyond. We have people here, and give yourselves a round of applause for coming out from all over. And we appreciate all the work you guys are doing. We're trying to do our little part to make theater available and make people aware of all the great theater that you guys are producing in the region. So thank you again for coming. I'm Greg Heilman. This is
yes, I'm Matt Haber. Got to meet a few of you out in the lobby. Thank you again so much for coming. It's a marvelous evening, a ton of talent in this room, right? Give yourselves a round of applause. After that intro from TMP, I'm sorry you guys have to stare at us for this. But it's really a celebration of a lot of things tonight. First and foremost, the talent in the South Sound and Seattle region. But also, this is our second annual Heilman Haber Theater Awards, and this marks also the third year of us as podcasters. We started during quarantine back in 2020, and next week, will be our actually third anniversary. So, talk as little as possible because if you want to listen to us talk, you can tune in. I'm going to pull my notes. Again, a great turnout. Last year we were in Port Orchard at the Bay Street Bistro, and we had about 40 folks and a lot of familiar faces. But this year we got 200. And if we continue on with that math, we'll have 1,000 next year. Y'all are buying your own champagne.
So during the production, you feel free to take photos and videos of anything you want except during the performances. Like and then you can feel free to get up and move around. The concession stand will be open throughout the program, so if you need a bottle of water or another snack or something like that, be as casual as you want to be. This is a casual event, and we're just celebrating all of you wonderful people.
And if you are a winner, and there will be winners tonight, please come up. We've got stairs here. There's just a stage on this side, so come on up. Accept your award if you'd like to say a few words, by all means. But remember, the free champagne is afterwards. You don't have any questions, because this is the show. You do not play out music or a hooker.
And if there's a winner and the person is not present, we'll let you guys know. And then if there's an AD or a director from the show or someone else who wants to come up and accept the award on their behalf, we'd be more than happy to have you come up on stage and do so.
Absolutely. And of course, after the show, we will have champagne toast and some dessert bites and more mingling and networking, so by all means do that. We also have some very generous donations from many of the theaters that are represented tonight, and so free tickets to give away. So all those raffle tickets you guys have, hang on to those, and we are going to raffle those off after the show during the celebration.
Just a little bit about the awards. So the award, or the nominees were compiled from all of the shows that we were able to take in, probably 80 plus shows over the last year from the end of June of this year, which is the cutoff season somewhere. So then we drilled it down to the top 10 about 2 months ago, and then reduced it to the top 5 about a month ago. Then we opened up voting to the public, and we had, I think, over 1,000 votes.
Yeah, just over 1,000, like 1,020. Yeah, just amazing turnout.
Yeah, and then the
All
votes,
those bribes.
votes were then combined with our scores to come up with the winners that you'll hear tonight.
Jump right into it?
Might as well.
All right, sounds good. So again, not everyone is going to be present. Not all the winners are here. People are on Broadway. They're touring. They're elsewhere. So we got a lot of talent in this area. The great thing about Seattle is so many great shows are launched here. So people are busy, and we're really glad to have so much talent here in the room. But if someone is not here to accept, and maybe there's no one from the theater, but to clap just as hard.
Yes, and just another note about categories. So last year we had, let's say, about half the categories we have this year. So we've expanded to include a lot of the technical categories, which we're going to start out with here. Categories that are just as important as any other categories, which is why we wanted to recognize them as well, people behind the scenes. And we're going to continually try to adapt and bring in categories that recognize the great people, not just on stage, but behind the stage as well.
Like stuntmen. The Oscars, I can't figure it out. All right, so our first category is actually best sound design for a play. Want to take your professionals in here now?
I will. Okay, so best sound design for a play, and we've divided each of the categories up into professional and community. This one's for the professional. Up for the best sound design for a play is Ray Poor, Mr. Dickens and His Carol, Seattle Rep. John Nabori, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, again, Seattle Rep. Rodolfo Ortega, Metamorphosis, Seattle Rep. Megan Roach, Wolf Play It at ACT, and Mark Lund, Chief Takes a Bow at Taproot. And the winner is Ray Poor, Mr. Dickens and His Carol, Seattle. Bray's here, and I don't know if there's anybody from Seattle Rep here, so we won't accept this award.
Again, best sound design for play, community theater. Josh Valdez, She Devil with China Seas, that's Portfield Productions. Dylan Twiner, Po'boy Tango here at TLT. William French, Sweet Surrender at Avid. Chandler Gary, Significant Other, also at TLT. And Bo Pritchard, The Shawshank Redemption at TLT. And the winner, best sound design for play, community, Chandler Gary, Significant Other.
I'll accept this on Chandler's behalf. We just finished Tech Week and he's running sound for this show too, so he's pooped. But
Next up is best lighting design.
Corey's great lights on. How does he look? You guys look good as you came in.
All right. Okay, best lighting design for play, professional. Megan Koffel, Where We Belong, Seattle Rep. Marcus Doshi, Mr. Dickens and His Carol, Seattle Rep. Connie Yun, A Christmas Carol, ECT. Robert Aguilar, History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near, ECT. And Xavier Pierce, How I Learned What I Learned, Seattle Rep. And the winner is Robert J. Aguilar for History of Theater, About, By,
All right, for community, best lighting design for a play. Gwen Scone, The Foreigner, As If. Eric Lawrence, Picasso at the Lapina Gita at Western Washington Center for the Arts. Yeah, a lot of WC. Keith Garrick for Sweet Surrender at As If. Nicholas Olson, Shawshank. at TLT. And Dale Borber on the Orient Express. Some folks as well. And the award goes to Nicholas Olson for Shotgun Redemption.
I'll pass this on to Nicholas Olson and accept this on his behalf. Thank you.
All right, next up is Best Costume Design for a Play. Costumers out there. All right, Best Costume Design for a Play Professional. Catherine Meacham Hunt, Mr. Dickens in the Cow, Seattle. Danielle Nieves, I am not your perfect Mexican daughter, Seattle. Kathy Hunt, History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near, ICD. Kalal Williams, Chief Takes a Bow, Taproot. And Janelle Kimbrough, As It Is in Heaven, Taproot. The winner is Kathy Hunt, History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near.
And Best Costume Design for a Play for Community Theater. Elisa Catabrega for Titanish at Havant Comedy. Christy Ann Jacobson for Three Sisters at Bremerton Community Theater. Amy Hockman, Sweet Surrender at As If. Michelle Graves, Shawshank here at TLT. And Allison Owen, The Tempest at Bainbridge Performing Arts. And Amy Hockman for...
giving a chance to a newbie costumer, and my husband for supporting me so I can do what I love.
All right, and now we'd like to welcome our first guest presenter, Rana Tong. Rana is last year's recipient of 2 awards, for both for Best Scenic Design, actually, for Clue, and for Something Rotten at Bremerton Community Theater.
So nervous.
I'm
gonna try and do it like you guys. Okay, so the first one we have is Best Scenic Design for a Play Professional. Scott Bradley, Mr. Dickens and His Carol at the Seattle Rep. Efrain Delgadillo or Delgadillo. Oh, Delgadillo. It's beautiful. I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter at Seattle Rep. Jennifer Zale, History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near at ACT. Sybil Wickersheimer, Metamorphosis, Seattle Rep. And Andrea Bush, Wolf Play at ACT. And the winner is Scott Bradley, Best Scenic Design for a Play, Seattle Rep. My understanding is if someone's not here, then we set the champagne on it. Super cheap date. All you're doing, welcome, bienvenue. Now, this is fascinating to me. Nominees for Best Scenic Design for a Play, Community Theater. Chris Parker, She Devil of the China Seas, Portfield Productions. Rana Tong, The Odd Couple. It's just an original. Rick Wright, Sweet Surrender. Blake R. York, The Shawshank Redemption. Jeffrey Bassett and Gary Fenner Place, Murder on the Orient Express. And the winner is Rick Wright, Sweet Surrender. Thank you so much. He'll be very thrilled.
Alright, so now I'd like to welcome to the stage our friend Kelly McCauley. Kelly was last year's recipient of Best Music and Sound Design for Community Theater for Shakespeare's Comedy Theater at BPA. Kelly?
I have to tell you, I love our community theater in Kids Up, and I saw probably about 20 shows this year. They were all fabulous. You guys are amazing. All right, so Best Sound Design for a Musical for the Professional Theater. We have Haley Parcher for Into the Woods at 5th Avenue. Andrea Almond, How to Break, that's in Village Theater. Haley Parcher for Sweeney Todd at 5th Avenue Theater. Erin Bednars from Lydia and the Troll for the Seattle Rep. And Rob Whitner for Hello Dolly at the Village Theater. The winner is Haley Parcher for Sweeney Todd.
Literally, the Barbara Fleet Street.
And now for our community theaters, Best Sound Design for a musical. We have Amy Silveria for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Amy Silveria also for Once on This Island. John Trembull for A Day in Hollywood, A Night in the Ukraine at Renton Civic Theater. Dylan Twiner for Rock of Ages at Tacoma Little Theatre. And Eric Lawrence for Spamalot at WWCA. And the winner is Amy Silveria for Joseph and the Amazing.
On behalf of Amy, her car broke down. Thank you.
This category is Best Lighting Design for a Musical. And I want to say this earlier. I have seen some amazing work in lighting design. We didn't have this as a category last year. And I didn't pay as much attention to it as I did this year because I knew we were going to be handing out an award for it. And I'll tell you what, the lighting designers in this entire region with community and professional level, top notch. There is just some wonderful things that are being done to set mood, to set context, to direct attention on the stage, to just make magic happen. So, this is for Best Lighting Design for Musical, Professional. Andrew Smith, Choir Boy, ACT. Ben Zamora, Into the Woods, 5th Avenue. Robert J. Aguilar, Sweeney Todd, 5th Avenue. Robert J. Aguilar, Lydia the Troll, Seattle Rep. And go-to guy. Colin K. Bills, Hello Dolly, Village Theater. And Robert J. Aguilar for Sweeney Todd.
One of these times I'm gonna say something.
Just let Yusuf come up and finish, I think. Alright, so Best Lighting Design for a Musical for Community Theater. Eric Lawrence for Jekyll and Hyde at WWCA. Caitlin Lewis, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. John Chenault, Once on This Island at TMT. Eric Lawrence, Ride the Cyclone at Lesser Known Players. And John Chenault, Take Two for Escape from Margaritaville at TMP. And the winner is John Chenault.
And what I came up with is I can add 10 to 20% to what you're doing. I feel so fortunate for the last 20, 25 years I've been able to do that at TMP, and I love it. Anybody needs a lighting designer? You know how to find me. Next category is Best Costume Design for a Musical. This is one of my favorite categories because to truly transform the show or an audience, costuming is such an important part of that, to set the period and set the tone. And with that, professional, Best Costume Design for a Musical. Trevor Bowen, choir boy in ACT. Tina McCartney, Griswold Broadway Vacation at Fifth Avenue. Melanie Taylor Burgess, Into the Woods at Fifth Avenue. Esther Garcia, Hello Dolly, Village Theatre. Danielle Nieves, Sweeney Todd, Fifth Avenue. The winner is Esther Garcia.
Wrote something. She's currently in tech and, oh, here's the official thing. Esther is in tech and unable to be here tonight. She is humbled and honored to even be nominated among such talented artists. She wants to thank Timothy and the whole creative team, Catherine, Carrie, Bruce, and Colin. Many, many thanks to her costume team and all their talent and artistry, Bryn, Andrea, Beth, Sam, and Brooke. Thanks to the support of Village Theatre, where she has always been supported as an artist. Lastly, thanks to Bobby Catula for trusting her to help make Dolly come to life. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And costume design for a musical community theater. Beth Ann Galloway, Cinderella. Jules M. for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dream Pudding. Julie Trimarco for A Day in Hollywood, A Night in Ukraine, at Renton Civic Theater. Kathy Kershaw, Mary Poppins. And Amy Flynn for The Sound of Music at Kitsap Forest Theater. And the winner is Kathy Kershaw.
Alright, so now we're up to Best Scenic Design for a Musical. Okay, Best Scenic Design for Musical Professionals. Nominees are Jason Sherwood for Griswold's Broadway Vacation at Fifth Avenue. Lex Marcos for Into the Woods at Fifth Avenue. Lex Marcos, Part Jude, Sweeney Todd. Bryce Cutler, Lydia the Troll, Seattle Rep. And Carrie Wong, Hello Dolly, Village Theatre. The winner of Best Scenic Design for Music Professional is Carrie Wong from Hello Dolly.
I graciously accept this award on behalf of Carrie Wong, one of the most talented artists that has been my privilege to work with. Thank you.
All right, and for community, Best Scenic Design for a Musical. Dennis Kurtz, Eric Fruheim, and John Douglas Ray singing in the rain at TMP. Paul Bryan, Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella at Fort Gamble Theater. Gary Fetterplace, Ride the Cyclone for lesser known plays. Ron Atan for Mary Poppins at Bremerton Community Theater. And again, Dennis Kurtz, Eric Fruheim, Heilman and John Douglas Ray for Escape to Margaritaville. My folder's out here. Well, the team for Singing in the Rain is Tacoma Musical Theater, Tacoma, excuse me.
John Douglas Ray, Singing in the Rain, Tacoma Musical Playhouse.
Thank you.
And Dennis Kurtz and Eric Heilman.
John is here.
Yeah, where's John? John's here.
John's back. I'd like to accept this on behalf of Dennis Kurtz, Eric Heilman, and John Douglas Ray. Thank you so much.
Okay, and now we'd like to welcome to the stage Adrian DeGroot, friend of ours. Adrian is one of this year's nominees for Best Lead Actor in a Play for Community Theater for his portrayal of none other than Hercule Poirot in the Murder on the Orient Express.
Hi, thanks so much, guys. With the accent.
You know, sometimes put that character away a long time ago. Next time no one will understand this is Best Musical Direction Professional. And the nominees are Greg Anthony Rossen for Griswold's Broadway Vacation, Jason Graywood for How to Break at Village Theatre, Matt Perry for Sweeney Todd at Fifth Avenue, Eliza Money for Lydia and the Troll at Seattle Prep, and Bruce Monroe for Hello Dolly at the Village Theatre. And the winner is Bruce Monroe.
What a remarkable pleasure to accept this on behalf of Bruce Monroe. It was my great pleasure to sort of watch this person spring to life in working to work with Hello Dolly. So I'm sure he appreciates the point that he said. Thank you.
Moving on for Best Musical Direction for the Community Theaters, the nominees are Angela McDermott for Jekyll and Hyde, John Keller and for Singing in the Rain at TNT, Jeffrey Stretsky for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Daniel Wolfert for Once on This Island. Angela McDermott for Ride the Cyclone at Lesser And the winner is Angela McDermott.
A show that we put on in 1 month. It was an incredibly collaborative group effort, and I couldn't have done it without the entire cast and crew.
All right, and now we'd like to welcome to the stage Stephanie Clark. Stephanie was last year's recipient of the Best Choreography for Community Theater Award for Something Rotten.
Couldn't be here tonight and I'm not feeling well, so you get me. Alright, and the nominees for Best Choreography in the Professional category, I apologize for names now if I don't say them correctly. Catherine Van Meter for Hello Dolly, Village Theatre. Anna Fiore, Griswold's Broadway Vacation, Fifth Avenue. Antonio, Kevin Bozeman, How to Break, Village Theatre, and Katie Tabb, Sweeney Todd, Fifth Avenue. And the winner is Catherine Van Meter.
Anita back.
This project was incredibly special to me. Timothy Begay, the director, has been a collaborator of mine for a long time, and when he approached me about working on this project, he said, I'm really interested in telling a story about reclamation and how we can step back into life through love after a time of profound darkness. And I was so exhilarated to get to tell that story through dance and movement. And the company was led by Bobby Catula, who every day just showed up and showed what a leader and an artist and a force of nature could be to inspire a company, and I will be forever grateful. And I also just wanted to say thank you to the two of you. I think it is amazing that there are these categories of professional and community, because I think so often community theater isn't acknowledged in the way it should be. And I think that professional theater would do well to do more theater for their communities. I'm really grateful to be a part of this again, and to see all the great work that you all are doing. And I hope our paths continue to cross and blend like this in the future. Thank you.
Alright, and best choreography nominees for community theater are Megan Hicks, Singing in the Rain, TMP. John Douglas Rigg, Christina Nefesi. Joseph of the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Corey Turman, Once on This Island, GMP. Elizabeth Angelo, Ride the Cyclone, lesser known player. Andrew Schaefer, Escape to Margaritaville, GMP. The winner is Elizabeth D'Angelo.
But also, I worked really hard. So
Okay, so next category we have is Best Original Music. So there's a smattering, actually there's more than a smattering of original productions around the area that we have the opportunity to take in. And then on the music side, it's just amazing some of the creative, unique music that some of these artists are coming up with to tell stories that are just speak to our modern time, speak to some of the issues we're all facing and things like that. It's just some real amazing work out there. So with that, Best Original Music nominees are David Rossmer and Steve Rosa for Griswold's Broadway Vacation. Kyriakos Protis, How to Break, Village Theater, and Justin Puertas and Stephen Tran for Lydia and the Troll, Seattle Rec. And the winner is Justin Puertas and Stephen Tran. So next award is for the Best Troupe. Now this, as opposed to Best Theater, is a group that is associated with developing plays, doing things in the community and things like that. So this Best Troupe nominees are Porkfilled Productions, AD Theater, As If Theater, Private Wani, and Lesser Known Players. The winner is Lesser Known Players.
See him after the show. And now I'd like to welcome to the stage a very special guest, Casey Rayhan. Casey is one of this year's nominees for Best Supporting Actor in a Musical for his portrayal of Cinderella's Prince in Into the Woods. And he was most recently seen in the Hello Girl attack.
I'm sorry, where was the teleprompter?
Yeah,
fair enough. Next time, with the champagne. The nominees for Best Theater Experience Professional are Seattle Rep, Fifth Avenue, Act Theater, Village Theater, and Taproot Theater. And this is tricky actually. Yeah, okay, there we go. And the award goes to Seattle Rep. I will happily accept this award in this glass of champagne on Seattle Rep. And now I'm ready to hear some noise. Here are the nominees for Best Theater Experience Community. BCT. Tacoma Little Theatre. West Gamble Theatre. Tacoma Musical Playhouse. And Renton Civic Theatre. And the award goes to, of course, Tacoma Little Theatre.
Thank you very much. We love what we do here at Tacoma Little Theatre. That's why we've been doing it for 105 years. And the fact that we came out of the pandemic, instead of having 3 months to remodel, we had 15 months. It was kind of nice to really give you a better experience as patrons in our theater. And just number one, the support of our community has been tremendous over all those times. And I just celebrated my 10th year here, and I love everybody, and I love all of you for being here. So thank you.
Next up, Best Ensemble in a Play.
Celebrating groups of people that bring the magic to the stage. Okay, first professional, Best Ensemble in a Play. Nominees are Mr. Dickens Carol, Seattle Rep. A Christmas Carol, DCT. History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near, DCT. Wolf Play, DCT. And Jeeves Takes a Bow, Taproot. Winner is Jeeves Takes a Bow.
We had a fabulous cast, and I know, as the director, it was an absolute thrill to work with these people. So thank you very much for your participation and for everybody's role in the ecology of keeping theater alive in the Puget Sound region. So thank you.
All right, and Best Ensemble in a Play for Community Theater. Titanish for Habit Comedy. The Foreigner at As If. The Odd Couple at Bremerton Community Theater. Sweet Surrender, As If Theater. And Murder on the Orient Express, BCT. The winner is Sweet Surrender, As If Theater. Last year, Molly won Best Ensemble Performance in a Play for her part in Noel Coward's in the
I'm liking this category a lot. I just want to let everybody know I'm a proud co-founder of As If Theater, and if you're hearing these many nominations that they are getting, they're doing Cry It Out.
in October, so go see it. And I would like to present the award for Best Ensemble in a Musical in the Professional category. Choir Boy at Act Theater, Griswold's Broadway Vacation, 5th Avenue. Where's all the Into the Woods at 5th Avenue. Hello Dolly, Sweetie Todd, 5th Avenue. The winner is Hello Dolly.
They played with me all the time, and they didn't know what I was going to do next, so.
All right, and the nominees for Best Ensemble in a Musical in Community Theater, Community Theater rocks. Singing in the Rain, TMP. Once on This Island, TMP. Ride the Cyclone, lesser known player. Titanic, the Musical, TMP. And Spam-A-Lot at Western Washington.
Center for the
And the award goes to Singing in the Rain.
I'd like to thank everyone and accept this on behalf of the ensemble for Singing in the Rain.
And I can also say that we're going to add a stage manager category to the
Talking about stage manager and stage combat. Could be up for that. All right, next up, Best Supporting Actor in a Play.
All right, Best Supporting Actor in a Play, Professional. Sophia Raquel Sanchez, and I'm not your perfect Mexican daughter. Tracy Michelle Hughes, History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near. Dara Cannon, Metamorphoses, Seattle Rep. Karen Blakely, Wolf Play, ACT. Claire Marks, Jeeves Takes a Bow, Attackers. And there is Sophia Raquel Sanchez.
They better come back here. All right, Enter Community, Best Supporting Actor in a Play. Liam Sanchez, Sylvia at BCC. John Clark for The Foreigner at Agri. Aya Hashiguchi for Po'boy Tango here at TLT. Chris Clark for Sweet Surrender at Asda Theater. And Gary Federplace for The Tempest at And the winner for Best Supporting Actor in a Play for Community is John Clark for The Foreigner.
So this is our lovely director, Ken Michaels, who would like to accept on behalf of
way back. And when I asked him to do The Foreigner, my dream came true. John's one of the original Seattle actors from Empty Space, and all the way back in the 70s, he was acting as like an 11-year-old kid, being a professional. And we did some shows together back in and when he came on board with The Foreigner, it just made the whole show just come alive. So, John, thanks you. I thank you. My mom and dad thank you.
Next up, Best Supporting Actor in a Musical.
All right, in the professional category, Orlando Smith, choir boy at ACT. Into the Woods. John Kent Rickenbacker Jr., How to Break, Village Theater. Adam Stanley, Lydia and the Troll, Seattle. And Marcus Blair, Hello Dolly. Winner of Best Supporting Actor in a Musical Professional is Orlando Smith from Choir Boy.
Technically, Choir Boy was a co-production between the Fifth Avenue Theater and ACT Theater, so I'm happy to accept it on behalf of both theaters.
And Best Supporting Actor in a Musical for Community. Pietro Campbell for The Picture of Dorian Gray, Amateurs of Elise Campello, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Chanel Finney, Once on This Island, TMP. Abby Dixon, Ride the Cyclone, lesser known player. And this Gary guy again. Better plays for Spamalot at Western Washington. And the award for Best Supporting Actor in a Musical goes to Abby Dixon.
I'd like to thank my cat.
All right, well, this Gary guy, I guess he gets to come up on stage again. Gary was actually one of our guests way back on episodes 32 and 33. It took 2 episodes because we were drinking a cocktail that he brought.
Creatively called Gary's Pink Thingy.
Gary's one of the busiest guys in the community theater scene, along with his partner Christiane Jacobson, as evidenced by his 5 nominations: Best Actor in a Musical, Best Director in a Musical, Best Senior.
I was a little confused which theatre I was representing. Best Direction of a Play, Professional. Valerie Curtis Newton, History of Theatre, About Ballet 4 and Near, ACT. Charlotte Cooper, A Metamorphosis, Seattle Rep. Tim Bond, How I Learned What I Learned, Seattle Rep. Rossa Josie, Wolf Play, ACT. Scott Nolte, Jeeves Takes a Bow, Tap. Rossa Josie, Wolf Play, ACT. And now for community. Best Direction of a Play. Hey, I'm not on here. Best Direction Play, Community Theatre, Dan Estes, Sylvia. Listen,
way better winning than accepting for somebody else. I recommend it to everybody.
We know how you
I had a fabulous cast and crew that were all in, and so it made every moment a joy. So thank you. Thank all.
All right, and a little story behind this next presenter. I'd like to welcome to the stage our friend Jeffrey Bassett. We met on stage playing brothers in one of Jeffrey's shows, and under the expert and very patient direction. My first show ever at Bremerton Community Theater back in 2018. My first time on stage, Agatha Christie, what was it? Appointment of Death? Oh, yeah. Jeffrey was actually also our first podcast guest for number 1, way back in 2020. And let's see, last year he won for Best Director of a Play for Community Theater for the Cemetery Club. And this year nominated for Best Direction of a Play and Best Theming Design for a Play, both for Murder on the Orient Express.
All right.
I will say one thing.
Say as many things as you want, as long as they're nice.
I was the person to play with you, like, I guess a year before in Mousetrap or BCT, and I think the best adjective you described me was directable. I'm not sure what that means still.
If you're a director, if you're a director, you know what that means. And I'm thrilled to be here. I've probably acted with almost every. I've actually been on this stage, not in a TLT play, but in a play Paulina Morris did, Elf or something like that. I was the elf. I don't know. Elf if I know, but anyway. And TMP and WCA and all over the place. I'm directed too. And I was just telling you, I posted a picture on Facebook today of me in Morrow. I showed him this in 1972 in my first community theater experience as Winter Peru. That's 50 freaking years ago. I'm only 49. Time is relative. That's what I'm told. Alright, so Best Direction of a Musical Professional, and I'm going to screw up names, but that's okay. Jamil Jude for Choir Boy at ACT. Donna Fiore for Griswold's Broadway Vacation, 5th Avenue. Amina Kaplan for Lydia and the Trolls, Seattle Rep. Is that correct? Okay, I'm going to try it. Timothy McEwen, Piggy? Piggy! Lo siento, I'm sorry. Hello, Dolly Village Theater. And Logan Vaughn, How to Break Village Theater. And the winner is for Best Direction of a Musical, Logan Vaughn, How to Break Village Theater. I'm telling you right now, so it's like, wow. Okay,
buy a lot of postage.
I think SPF 35 up here. 10 on this side. Best Direction of a Musical Community, Christiane Jacobson for Jekyll and Hyde for WWC. Megan Hicks, Singing in the Rain, TMP. Lon Douglas Reed, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, TMP. English guy, Gary something place. Ride the Cyclone, lesson of and Rebecca Ewan and Dan Estes from Spamalot. I know everybody on this list. And the winner is Christiane Jacobson! I share the stage with her, and I'm accepting it. She was my co-star in Love Letters. I will gladly accept this on her record.
Best featured actor in a play.
Okay, best featured actor in a play professional. Reginald Andre Jackson, History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near, DCT. Nene Garcia, Metamorphoses, Seattle Rep. I think it's Shyla Lefner, Between Two Knees, Seattle Rep. S. Franco, Wolf Play, ACT. Oliver Jameson, Shilling Keith Takes a Bow at Taproot. And the winner is Calder Jameson Shilling for
Thank you. I accept this on behalf of Calder, who is on his honeymoon. Sorry.
Tell him to get his priorities straight. And best featured actor in a play for Community. Ruth Ann Saunders for Sylvia at BCT. Sonia Rose Usher, The Foreigner at As If. Tyson Wolfe, The Poe Show. Nathan Hersey, Picasso at the Lapina Gilles. And Thierry Boyd for Sweet Surrender, As If Theater. And best featured actor in a play is Ruth Ann Saunders for Sylvia.
I'm rude.
No, this is to tell the truth. We wanted to accept this from Ruth Ann. She is
In rehearsals right now.
Yeah. She played Sylvia in Sylvia, and she was a fantastic dog. She was the best in the world. Comedy for best stage manager.
So we'd now like to welcome, she has a name, Tamara Bale. She actually stage managed Greg and our first show together and about 1,000 others at DCT, where she works as volunteer coordinator and in capacities ranging from literally everything. Hostess, actor, and stage crew, and set builder, and light board operator. Anything else with that?
Choreographer.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm doing Best Featured Actor in a Musical Professional. We have Jerron A. Williams for Choir Boy at ACT. Talia Bestfield, How to Break Village Theater. Ann Allgood for Sweeney Todd at the Fifth Avenue. And Janet Crumpin, Lydia and the Troll, Seattle Rep. And Alan Fitzpatrick for Hello Dolly Village Theater. And the winner is Ann Allgood.
Almost. I will say that Anne is a wonderful person to work with, and her and I had a great time building Sweeney Todd along with the rest of the cast and the crew and the entire team, and she would be more than honored to accept this, so I'll send the love.
All right, and Best Featured Actor in a Musical in the Community. Joe Johnson, the picture of Dorian Gray, Amateurs at Law. Aaron Johnson, Singing in the Rain. Jeffrey Wallace II, Once on This Island, TMP.
Camelot, WWC. And Melissa Mono for Escape to Margaritaville at TMP. And the winner is Leslie. Thank you.
All right, and next I'd like to welcome to the stage our friend Christopher Jones. Chris's character tried to steal Greg's character twice in the first couple of shows together. He's one of this year's top 10 nominees for Best Supporting Actor in a Play for Community Theater for his portrayal of Colonel Arbuthnot in Regarding the Orient Express, and is currently on stage at DCT, was on stage there a couple hours ago, opposite Gary Fetterplace in Sleuth.
It's intense, man.
Significant, yeah.
66 pages of dense dialogue in an accent you've never even heard of.
Well, this should be a cakewalk now.
It's cold read, man. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so the nominees for the Best Lead Actor in a Play for a Professional Show are Madeline Say It, Where We Belong, Seattle Rep. Karen Rodriguez, I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, Seattle Rep. Ian Bell, Every Brilliant Thing, ACT. Stephen Anthony Jones, How I Learned What I Learned, Seattle Rep. And Morgan Willemso, Wolf Play, ACT. And the winner is Ian Bell, Every Brilliant Thing, ACT.
Final award we received tonight.
Can I accept it? Oh, thank you. All right, so the next nominees for Best Lead Actor in a Play for Community Theater are Jason Gingold, The Foreigner at ASLF Theater. Scott Ventrice, The Odd Couple, BCT. Harry Sen, Sweet Surrender, ASL Theater. Nick Fitzgerald, Significant Other, TLT. And Adrian DeGroot, Murder on the Orient Express. And the winner is Jason Gingold.
Super humble. Thank you guys very much. I wanted to thank you both. I knew you were thanked earlier, but just think you guys see so much theater, and it's really heroic and necessary. That's all. Thanks to As If Theater ladies. It was a cold read. It was a cold read. Thanks to Charlie and Sadie, my kids, and to Molly, who is everything in the universe, and Michaels, who's been helping everybody, who's also a great director. Anyway, thanks, guys.
A lot on stage, as you understand.
You want me to do 2 cold reads?
Yeah. All these directors.
He's on.
The nominees for the Best Lead Actor in a Musical for Professional Production are Nicholas Japol Bernard, Choir Bay, ACT. I told you it's a cold read. Charisse Dillon, How to Break, Village Theater. Yusef Sievers, Sweeney Todd, Fifth Avenue. Sarah Russell, Lydia and the Troll. And Bobby Catala, Hello Dolly, I'm sorry. Village Theater. I told you I'm bad at cold reading. And the winner is Bobby Catala.
Videotaping my.
I got you. You can stop me
Thank you. Yes. As a woman of a certain age, roles like this don't come along, so I'm going to soak it up. Thanks to, for Jessica Spencer Schultz for casting me 4 years ago, and for COVID for letting me be the Dolly line with my best friend for 3 years. She was my company, and I miss her. But thankfully, we have friends here, Catherine Van Meter, one of the best choreographers around, and the award said it. Timothy Begay, my wonderful director, who let me be vulnerable when I was scared to. So thank you for showing that side of me. And for Bruce Monroe for orchestrating the keys that I can sing in. Carol Channing was a bass. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So now, on with the nominees for the Best Lead Actor in a Musical for Community Production. Michael Drake, Jekyll and Hyde, WWCA. Mauro Bozzo. Thank you. Trying, man, I really am. Doesn't help that I can pee. Marvin Alexis. Carlos Barajas. Joseph. Annalise Martin, Rock of the Ages. The winner is Moro Boy.
first off to you two for bringing all of us together. Today that I haven't seen in years from the theater community, so I just thought all of us are here together to celebrate all this together. I'd like to thank John Douglas-Ray, who also, like Bobby Matula, cast me about 4 years ago as Del Lockwood, and then COVID happened, and so then I got to live with Del Lockwood for quite a few years. And so Angela Morgan, Megan Hicks for directing, the whole cast of Singing in the Rain, and just the theater community. Thank you so much.
And now we'd like to welcome to the stage, named her before a couple times here, Catherine Van Meter. Catherine was our guest for episode 66, talking all kinds of things here, choreography. And she was last year's recipient of the award for Best Choreography for Professional Theater for Beauty and the Beast. Right? No small task. This year she's nominated again for Hello Dolly, and what she took.
Fully say it, which I took home.
Yeah.
Glasses. Best Original Production Professional. How to Break, Village Theater. Lydia and the Troll, Seattle Rep. Where We Belong, Seattle Rep. Mr. Dickens and His Carol, Seattle Rep. And History of Theater, About, By, For, and Near Act. And the winner is How to Break, Village Theater. Best Original Production Community. The Picture of Dorian Gray, Amateurs at Large. Titanish, Habit Comedy. She-Devil of the China Seas, Corkfield Productions. Refugees in the Garden City, Praditwani. And the Runaway Bunny, Second Story Rep. And the winner is She-Devil of the China Seas.
Something else come up and get unable to attend, so we're doing something.
Champagne for Catherine.
Okay, getting down to the last few here. Now we'd like to welcome to the stage Dan Estes. Dan has directed both of us in multiple shows. He was our second guest way back in September 2020. And last year he won for Best Direction of a Musical for Pirates of Penzance at WWCA and for the Best Use of Black Box for A.R. Gurney's Love Letters. This year he's nominated again for directing another A.R. Gurney show, Sylvia at DCT, and for another musical at WWCA Scandal. Busy guy.
The Pirates of Penzance was actually Becca Ewan was really. I told her that I wanted it secret because I didn't really want to tell her at first because I was embarrassed I got it. But I'm still keeping black.
And I believe, Dan, you were the first guest on our Get to Know a Theater segment, which is, if you're not familiar with that, it's a video segment we do where we sit down with artistic directors of local theaters and tell us about the history of their building and theater and organization, kind of the schedule, the philosophy of programming. Dan was gracious enough to be our first guest at Western Washington Center Theater.
No words on here that I can't pronounce.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just the same thing.
Best Adaptation Professional, Choir Boys, ACT. And I believe also part of the Fifth Avenue. I wouldn't stop if I had tickets to Fifth Avenue, so I know. Sweeney Todd, Fifth Avenue. Hello, Dolly, Village Theater. Hello, Not the Perfect Mexican Daughter, Seattle Rep. Wolf Play Act. Wolf Play. Now for the best adaptation of community theater, The Foreigner, ASLF Theater.
For going sans serif.
Well, yeah, and there's no space between the.
I feel your pain, Dad.
Sweet Surrender, as if theater. Significant Other, TLT. Redemption, TLT. And Turtle on the Orient Express, BCT. Significant Others, TLT.
Gerald, I was in this show. Thank you. Also thanks to TLT for putting on queer works on this stage. So thank you so much. What a pleasure. It was such a great show. Thank you.
So we want to help get Michaels up to the stage, please? And now we'd like to welcome to the stage Ken Michaels. Ken? So Ken directed the show that took home our inaugural award for Best Ensemble in a Play and Best Play for Community Theater last year's Noel Coward's Hay Fever at MD Theater. And this year, one of the nominees for Best Director for Play for Community Theater for The Foreigner. Now it's your turn.
I just want to say hi to Timothy.
Hey! It's been a minute!
It's been a minute. He was the voice to my plant in Little Shop of Horrors. I've done about 50 plus productions. He's the best. Best musical, professional. Choir Boy, ACT. Sweeney Todd, Fifth Avenue. Lydia and the Troll, Seattle Rep. Hello Dolly, Village Theater. Into the Woods, Fifth Avenue. Hello Dolly.
And may the spirit of this room never change. It has been my supreme pleasure and fun to get to work on a piece of material as surprisingly deep as Hello Dolly, and to do it with a theater company and the cast and the crew that were as generous and giving as anyone could hope. I graciously accept this on behalf of Village Theater. Thank you.
There we go.
Let's get on with it. Let's get on. Best musical, community. Jekyll and Hyde, WWCA. Singing in the Rain, TMP. Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, the TMP. Ride the Cyclone, lesser known players. WWCA. Ride the Cyclone.
Well, we kind of got lumbered with this show. And I became the president of this particular little theatre group, and it was all paid for prior to COVID. And then all the other directors of the board, they left. And I was the only one left. So we had this show, bought and paid for, and we got a few guys together, and then they joined the board. So I'd like to thank all those that were involved. Elizabeth, you're there. Eric's not here, Eric Lawrence. Now, where's our other lady? Abby! Oh, yeah, in the show.
I'm hiding, sorry.
Where are you? I can't see you.
Over here,
Over
on
there.
the other side.
So yes, we formed a little troupe, and we put it on in a matter of weeks. And it's an incredible show. And I haven't told them yet, but I'm thinking of remaking it next year. So thank you to all you guys, and what a great show it was. Thank you very much.
Said, but, and I've said this many times, thank you too for what you do in our community.
Thank you, Ken. All right, we just got one more to go. Thank you guys so much for coming. This has been a wonderful evening.
Right?
There is champagne. We got dessert bites out there. Yeah, take it easy on our wives, will you? Because they've been out there pouring like crazy. Before we get to our final category, I just want to say again, thank you so much to the performers from Cabaret for Tacoma Musical Play. Next week, so definitely check that out. Again, a big thank you to our host, Chris Surface, and the Tacoma Little Theatre. If anything goes wrong, you guys can see that now. It's running currently. I want to thank also Taylor Edwards, our photographer for the evening. Thank you. A big thank you to Aaron Haver and Kristen Heilman, the long-suffering wives. And of course, thank you to all of our listeners and fans and followers and you know, the folks that we get on the mic for. It's been a great 3 years. We're going to keep it going, and it's wonderful to have people live. It's one thing to be like in a dark closet with your microphone and having conversations over Skype, but to be able to meet you all is a real pleasure. They let us out occasionally.
Again, thank you all for coming out and taking this, what we do, seriously enough to take time out of your evening, out of your weekend. I know it's a Sunday night, there's football, there's other shows, and all kinds of other things we know you could have been doing, and we really appreciate the bottom of our hearts that you took time out to come in and give us some time here on Sunday.
Absolutely. And we have one more special guest to welcome up to the stage for our final category, Yusef Sievers. Great acclaim, including H&H nomination for Best Leading Actor in Musical for his portrayal of none other than the demon Barbara Fleet Street. And we will do the world premiere, I understand, of a show called Last Drive to Dodge by Andrew Lee Creech at Taproot, opening September 20th. So come on.
For the category of Best Play Professional, we have Where We Belong by Seattle Rep. I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, Seattle Rep. History of Theater, ACT. Every Brilliant Thing, ACT. And Wolf Play, ACT. And the winner is Where We Belong, Seattle Rep.
She attempted to extend her visit to Seattle for some extra days. It wasn't able to make it happen, but she sent her best. Thanks, everyone.
Champagne's coming, don't worry. I can hear it in your heart. Best Play, category Community, we have Sylvia, BCT. The Foreigner, As If Theater. Sweet Foreigner, As If Theater. Sweet Surrender, excuse me, As If Theater. Sweet Former sorority. Passion project. Significant other, TLT. And Murder on the Orient Express, VCT. And the winner is... Significant other.
Thank you. I saw Significant Other on Broadway in 2017 and it touched me. And I fell in love with the script. And it's not an easy story to tell on stage, those of you who know the script. And our community welcomed it, but we didn't see as many people as we wanted to see here. But the thing that we do here on our stage is we're going to give you the theater you want to see and the theater you didn't know you want to see. And that's one of those ones you didn't know you want to see. And I couldn't have done it without Nick, Rodman, Paul, Trifina, Amanda, Corey, and Sherry. Those are Sherry. And the wonderful cast and crew that gave us such a wonderful playground. Nick, you get to say something if you want to real quick.
It's a privilege to be a part of this show. It was a little like too real, like as a 30-year-old something gay man who is not yet married, to play that out on stage as if it's real life. Wait a minute. This was a fantastic show to be a part of. We got 78 episodes and more to come. Thank you all again so much. Champagne dessert waiting in the foyer, and we'll see you all out there.